How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and today we are going to be having a nice up-close and personal look at the MAFEX Black Regeneration Solar Suit Superman action figure. As you can see, the box art for this is very well designed, with a gigantic window and an image of the Superman figure. On the right-hand side, having a victorious-looking pose of the Man of Steel, and on the other side, we have another image of the Man of Steel, while on the back, we have yet more images of the action figure and images of the accessories. And out of the box, this is everything that we got on the inside. 4 more pairs of interchangeable hands, a fired up Angry Soup's head sculpt, along with the regular one, which makes 2, an extra pair of legs that you attach from the knee down. Those are the rocket boots that he used to Air Bunny's fly all the way over to Coast City from Metropolis. He really had Supergirl's help though. As well as the rocket propulsion fire from the bottom of the boots and an action figure stand. This one has 2 arms. Now right from the tippy toe caps all the way up to his glorious flowing mullet, this Superman is absolutely the black-suited Superman that I'd always hoped that somebody would eventually make. It's simple, and it's black, and it's super effective. All the other companies I don't feel have ever gotten it right. Not Mattel, not DC Essentials. DC Direct did a very good job. Oddly enough, I feel like the closest I ever got to a black-suited Superman figure that I was happy with was the old school Kenner version. And that one came with a gun. This guy's face sculpt, the initial one, oh, it looks really good. It's painted perfectly. The face is stern, but not angry. He looks more concerned than anything else. And those eyes, those blue eyes. Superman's mullet's kind of cool in the sense that it just hangs around the back. So that means you're still going to have a pretty good amount of posability with this figure. One of the things that I really like about this Superman that really jumps out at me is that chest emblem. It's nice and shiny, and it's sculpted too. This is really, really well done. And Superman's muscle structure really shines with this figure. There's not a lot to it. It's basically just a naked bod that's been painted in black or molded in black, and that's really it. Changing his feet into the rocket boots is pretty simple. First, you gotta pull out these little doohickeys, and then you just pull the bottom of his legs off, and it's pretty simple. When you pull them off, it'll expose these little pegs down here, and you just slide the other leg onto the peg, like that. And we'll do the other one a little closer so you can get a better view of it. And now he's wearing his big shiny silver rocket boots. And when it's time to make him fly like an eagle, you just take the little fire effect and the other little fire effect. You just put the little pegs in the little holes. Ta-da! And now you have Rocket Boots Superman. Whoosh. Now, just before we get into the comparison, Superman's other head sculpt, the angry, fired-up head sculpt, looks as good as the previous one. Still has the awesome blue eyes and the fantastic paint job, only this one, you could see his teeth, which means he's really trying. Here's how Superman compares to some other figures in the Return of Superman saga. Steel, Superboy, the Eradicator. Go Team Superman! Also, this Supergirl here from DC Icons, you can kind of fudge her in. We know that she's not Matrix Supergirl. At this point, it's the best we can do. And here he is in comparison to the DC superheroes Cyborg Superman. Dude, I can't wait for the MAFEX Cyborg Superman to come out. And of course, here's how he stacks up in comparison to the Hush Superman figure. Now, as for this Superman's articulation, it is as follows. That head, as we know, is going to be on a ball joint, and so is the neck down in here, which means there's actually a great range of motion except for back. No flight poses. Which, I mean, technically you could say, well, he couldn't fly at this time, but they did give him rocket boots. So, really, if you want to get him into a flight pose, you're going to have to use that abdomen and kind of do that with him. It's on a ball joint, so you shouldn't have any problem moving it all around, though. Same thing with the waist. We have another ball joint, and there is lots of lifelike articulation there. The shoulders, you have the butterfly back and forth to give the figure more articulation. You've also got the rounded hinge in the armpit there. lots and lots and lots of motion. You have a bicep swivel, that'll be 360. We have a double jointed elbow in there, and that's what you're going to get from it. The wrist, that's what it does, round and round. You got a hinge. So that's what you're looking at for the wrist articulation. Down here, he has one of these jobbies, the ball jointed jobbies. Now it is a drop hinge, so you can pull these right down and you can get a fairly good range of motion, I suppose. That's actually not that much out that way. Let's push everything up and then let's see. No, that's it. That's the sum total outwards you're going to get, but that still is it's an okay range of motion. I don't know if Superman needs to be able to do the splits. He's also got the double jointed knees that, of course, are really good. And I really always like how they handle double jointed knees at MAFEX. You can see that they've taken into account that they're going to look ugly unless they build the knee out like this. You've got some rotation up here that would be, I guess, the approximation of a thigh cut. Down here in the ankles, you got the rounded hinge that's also going to be a pivot, and you have toe articulation. So as you can see, he's quite articulated. He's quite a posable figure. So now that we've looked at everything, we've seen the figure up close, we've had our peekaroo at the articulation, we've compared him to others, what would my final thoughts be? Well, honestly, I think if you're like me and you've been waiting for a really good, high-quality Superman action figure based off of his original black suit appearance, this is the one. This is the one to get. It is a perfect match for the source material, a perfect match. This figure is so Superman-like. The face sculpts are immaculate, so is the paint job. The shiny silver really brings out the detail where it needs to be. I can't think of one thing, not one thing I don't like about this figure. This figure gets a solid 10 out of 10. I will say, yeah, it kind of sucks that Superman doesn't have any guns. Superman in the source material has lots of guns. They're non-lethal guns that are all set to stun, but he has lots of guns. They didn't even attempt to give this guy trigger finger hands. There was never any idea of giving this Superman guns. Whereas with the MAFEX Batman, he's got trigger fingers. Either way, I really, really like this figure. I'm calling it now. It's hands down the best black-suited Superman figure that has ever been made in the history of black-suited Superman action figures. Anyway, I gotta run. The reviewer's work is never done. I got all kinds of stuff to work on, so I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. As always, it means a lot to me. I don't tell you that enough. I really appreciate all the support that you folks keep tossing my way. And in return, I try to come back to the table on a daily basis to make the very best videos that I can for you. So just know that I don't take any of this for granted. Anyway, gotta go. Have a super awesome DC day, everybody. And take care. Bye for now.